just an example. Juice jacking. If we were hoping, I'd be yelling, they hacking. I see a mama, my dosey Gabbana. Gucci and Prada, baby, I got a lot. What is up, everybody? It's your girl Juju the Master Manifester, and I am back with another video. All right, my client is here. Welcome back, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as you come in. How you feeling, Annabelle? Do you want me to change the color? Pimp juice. Whole energy switched up once that reading was over and this one started. Watch me recline, cause you wanna put your feet on my rug, don't you? You really wanna put your feet on my rug, don't you? All right. Matter of fact, stand on my left, who I know you ain't right. You want my pimp juice. So I'm burning some dragon's blood incense, blue dragon's blood and red dragon's blood. Dragon's blood speeds things up. So I'm gonna put some water on my hands. I'm gonna pray over your cards. We pray for you. That's my phone. Y'all so silly. All right, so I'm gonna pray over her cards really quickly. All right, Asha. Make sure y'all like this video for me. All right, so her question is,
advice to start her holistic healing journey. As a business, she said this song was playing on my last reading. Wow, that's crazy. Look. All right, so let's get her ancestors' advice about. Let me see. Do they have any advice for her as she pursues a career in holistic healing? So I think the music is screaming already. It's like, I got something that I want to say. Won't you meet me in the bathroom? So I feel like that right there is saying a lot. So since we're asking advice, I already spoke with you about this. I personally feel like she would be a great holistic doctor. Somebody that can make different potions, whether it be teas or herbal remedies. It could be topical, or it could be things that people ingest. But I feel like that would be such a good path for her to go down. I feel like everybody who comes on this path, you find not only yourself, but you find your calling, and that looks different for each person. So some people might create, a certain type of spiritual business, but I feel like only certain people are called to work with herbs. Like, herbs are spirits, so you have to be a special person to be able to do something like this. And I feel like she's like the perfect person to do this. And not to mention, she had a dream probably a couple months ago where in the dream she was a doctor, literally a whole physician. So, if that ain't a sign, if that ain't a freaking sign, like, come on now. So we're gonna be getting advice from her ancestors, and the song said, "Won't you meet me in the bathroom?" So I feel like, and I'm sure you got your notes out, but I feel like that right there just said a lot. So there's so many different things, different potions and things that you can make, but of course you got to try them out yourself. So you could do things that, like, what are things that women deal with in the restroom? This could be miscarriage. I mean, this could be so many things. This could be going through miscarriages. This could be PCOS. People have that. Lots of women have that. Black women have that. Infertility. Now, oh, excuse me, this smoke. When it comes to, like, the remedies that you're gonna make, you're not saying that the potions will heal people completely, but it can help with certain illnesses, or it can help your body. Like, I'm hearing like it can help the body prepare. Like, if they're about to give birth to a child, you can make things to help prepare the body, or nourish the body. This could be liquid vitamins. That's like what I'm hearing. Yes, that's what I've been calling her. Like, I'm telling you, most definitely. Okay, so let's see. Do her ancestors have some advice? Go to the next song. Actually, let me shuffle the music. Okay. Spirit, do you guys have any advice for her? Daughter. So is there something that your child dealt with? Your daughter? This would be something only you would know. Uh-oh. She said, I made my first topical herb salve today. Used it on my son. He injured his hand. Wow. She said it worked. See? Listen. Just natural. It took the swelling away. Shut up. I told you. I told you. Literally, you're natural. Like, everybody can't do this. Like, it's not something that everybody can grasp. And I feel like, let me not yap. Let me not yap. Let me just get back to the reading. So the daughter card, this doesn't just have to be your daughter, but I feel like Spirit speaking on the children, your children. So this is just everyday things that they might be going through, as well as your husband. It could be anybody that's around you, including you, who may be dealing with things. I'm even seeing not just because for me this is like an emphasis on her hair. So like the scalp. What are different things people deal with the scalp, like dermatitis, itchy scalp, dandruff. You can make herbal stuff for that, like different greases. But I think the emphasis is using all natural ingredients to help people, which it really don't take a lot. Like a lot of the herbal remedies that we see online and things like that, like turmeric, honey, like a lot of stuff we already have in our kitchens. Like you can whip some stuff up. And I feel like Spirit is like trial and error, of course, like a lot of trial and error when it comes to this. Shut up. She said it took the swelling away. Yarrow, coconut oil, salt, and water. Wow. And then she says she's having dermatitis break out now on the back of her scalp. Shut the freak up. Your freaking daughter. I almost cussed you out, my bad. But shut up. Are you freaking kidding me? Is Spirit not on the back of your neck? This is amazing. Wow. She like, I got proof. Like, I am not capping. So Spirit is basically saying start with what's around you. Start with things that's around you. You can literally make things on hand, or you can make batches of stuff. Of course, it's going to take research because like certain mixtures, you have to get into like the chemistry of it and like how long you can store something. Is there like a particular like shelf time or shelf life? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I think that's the most tedious part. But besides that, like, you're a natural at this. Like, you research, you have that down packed. You're not just gonna put some shit together and then just be putting it on people. Like, you're not gonna do that. Like, I feel you have a certain level of maturity and a certain level of care for people, and that's what would make you a great like holistic doctor. So this is something you can call yourself. Like, this ain't like you don't have to have a certification. It's just you'll know when you're called to do this kind of work, when things around you are happening and you're mixing shit up and it is working. That's how you'll know. That, like, point blank period. That's how you'll know. So this ain't something you got to go to medical school for. You got to think the ancestors couldn't go to medical school. So that's why we had root doctors. You know, people who created different potions and mixtures. Where's that book? Here it is. Hoodoo Medicine. Did you get this book? Gullah Herbal Remedies. So, excuse me. Snake root. The term snake root has been applied to at least 10 different plants. 3 are listed here. An indigenous plant that grows in swamps and low wetlands from Virginia to Texas. The stem is 1 to 5 feet high. The root is tuber, and the leaves are 1 to 2 feet long, tapering to a point. Flowers are white or pale. The plant blossoms in the early fall. Let me see. It says the use. Because snake root is very bitter, it's best to take it as a tea mixed with whiskey. To cut mucus, mix snake root with pine tar, life everlasting, and lemon. It may also be taken for colds and to rid the body of worms. Native American used it as diuretic for I don't know how to pronounce it, kidney trouble, snake bite, rheumatism, and as a blood purifier. Euro American use, inflammation of the mucous membranes. So I think this book would. She said, no, I didn't get it. Yes, this is in my storefront. Yep. Modern day root doctor. But this is a good book. Um, you can get it like different Gullah books, and I keep telling y'all, watch those documentaries. Watch if it's a specific like group of people that spirit have said that you belong to. Like I told y'all, y'all have Native American ancestry, um, and Gullah ancestry. So with that being said, resources like this would be good. So you can look up specific documentaries. Most are gonna talk about using herbal remedies and things like that because that was just the way of life back then. But I think this is like a great resource because you not only have a photo of what the herb looks like, what the plant looks like, but it does tell you like how you can make different things. So this is for colds, poker root, nightshade. A lot of these herbs I ain't even heard of. Mullein, I'm familiar with mullein. For colds, fevers, swollen limbs, boil the leaves and wrap them around the body. So these are actual herbal remedies that they used to use. Okay, so definitely get this book. Mistletoe, Life Everlasting. You can use this for cramps, toothaches, swollen glands, mumps. Mumps didn't exist among the Native Americans. Yeah, so this is a great resource, okay? But those documentaries are going to come in handy because some documentaries have old clips of like how things were done back in the day, which is what I like. I'm a very like history kind of person, so I love to see like how things were done in the past when we didn't have all this modern medicine and stuff like that. She said, okay, I'll get it. Thank you, sis. You welcome. Yes, I love the documentaries. Yes, I'm ordering that tonight. Asha said I need that right now for cramps. Listen, me, I don't be having the patience to sit and make stuff. But again, everybody got a calling. Everybody have things that they'll be good at. And when I see certain traits in certain people, I like to speak life into that because just because I'm not doing it don't mean it's not something. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't my gift. So when I can see how a person acts or I can see certain traits in a person, that says a lot. Like pretty much everybody has a different gift. So don't sleep on your gifts. Like your gift is not going to be like the next person. It's not going to be a given. Like it's something you have to like develop over time. But this is stuff you're already doing. I think you already are good at research. You're already super good with people. Like you're very attentive. Excuse me. And that's good traits that make a good root doctor or a good herbal doctor, whatever you want to call yourself. I feel like I have another book like that talks about the herbal remedies. Let me see. Medicine. I'm gonna have to really look when I finish, but I feel like I have another one. So do you have the stories of the root workers in Hoodoo in the Mid-South? Do you have that one? Because that's another good one. I think they have some herbal remedies in there. And it's like a whole section that goes into like let me see. I'm gonna go and pull it out. It's like a whole section in here. This is like one of my favorite books. But it has like a whole section different root workers. And I know it's a section in here about the business of hoodoo, pharmacists, shops, and markets, stories of the elders, healers, root workers, and doctors. That's it, 75. You got to get this one too if you don't have it, because this is good. I love like stories. So Yeah, it's different stories. She said, "Thank you." Said, "I love your plant. Thank you, thank you." I don't have that one either. We'll add it to my cart. Yeah, definitely get this one because it tells like stories. It has photos, of course. Um, this is spiritual doctor and root worker of Bill Street, master herbalist. His name is Dr. Johnson. He's from New Orleans. This is him. So he did soap. Is this soap? That ain't soap. This a tea. Compound herb tea. And that's crazy because I was talking to you about the teas, but the teas are good. Like how, like how I'm going through COVID right now. Like if I had somebody that was, like if I could buy like a whole little kit of stuff. Excuse me. um. Dr. Moore, Auntie Payne, Dr. Koku, Prophet of East Tennessee, Mind Disaster, Spiritualist. Let me see. Yeah, this is a good one. Choctaw. So that's a Native American. Yeah, this is good. This would be a good resource for you. Madam Glover, Arkansas. This is what made me, like when I started like really researching hoodoo and things like that, I thought it was so cool how a lot of the history about my home state, like I was learning a lot of that stuff, and just to know like this stuff was happening, is happening where I'm from. I just thought that was so fascinating because you never hear people really talk about Arkansas, but there's so much history there, and not just history like in Arkansas, but like the South. Like people just like to think like the South, oh, we just country and we no, like we have a real culture down south. And if you're from the South, you should be very proud. It doesn't matter if you're from Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arkansas, Texas. It doesn't matter. It's so much history all through those parts, especially Memphis. Like, it's a lot of hoodoo history in Memphis, which I think is cool because Memphis is right around the corner from where I'm from. She said, why does he look like my great grandpa? Wow. I've narrowed it down to start hormonal therapy and immune therapy. That's amazing. Teas and capsules. I love it. I love it. We ain't even got into the reading. But spirit, let's see. So she wants to focus on hormone therapy and immune therapy. Let me see. Spirit, is there anything else you guys want her to do? So when you say hormone therapy, what does that mean? I don't know all the medical terminology, and again, with you working in the medical industry for so many years, you have a certain level of knowledge in the way that you can explain things and help make people feel more comfortable. Because like for me personally, I like having COVID, like I felt uncomfortable taking like that medicine because my body was like feeling weird, and it's like the only option I have to take. And so if I had something I knew was all natural, I would definitely take it. If I knew it tastes better, it made my body feel better, whatever the case. So I think for you, when you're like coming up with your remedies and things like that, the research and the attention to detail is going to come in handy because you can write out like I'm seeing you write out a like a 1-page manual for each product that you make. And what you do, you put all the uses for it. And then I'm hearing you have to track like week 1. So you can even start with like with your daughter's dermatitis. So I would probably track that by day, because if she's going to apply it daily, see if there's any side effects, see if there's anything that's irritating her scalp, see if it's anything that you're doing that doesn't work, because everything ain't gonna work the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the perfect world, yes, but the fun part is the research. The fun part is figuring out. Oh, the smoke is fucking me up. The fun part is figuring out what works and what doesn't work. You know? Yes, me too. Shoot. Cause I listen, I want to try some stuff. Like, I had an ex that, like I was telling Annabelle about this, but I had an ex that was into all of this stuff like long before like I was Juju the Master Manifester, and literally like I used to look at him like he was crazy. He'd be like, "Try this, try it." He used to be so excited. Poor little Tink. When I say, I used to be like, "I ain't trying that. It looked like mud. I'm not drinking that." That shit used to look so nasty, but like I know Anna's clean, and I know she's gonna be very like she does this, like she cooks and all of that stuff, so like I can trust that. Like me personally, like I don't even like eating food from men, because they don't be, not all men, but y'all know how it be. I don't know, like I'm just very picky, but like I would try something from her, like point blank period. So send me some stuff, because listen, once you get some stuff, I would love to promote on the channel. But we need more herbal doctors. We really do. We need more black herbal doctors. She said menstrual menopausal therapy. Okay, that's good. That's good. So you can make something for cramps. I know it's a lot of different herbs that you can use for cramping. And I think the hardest part is figuring out, okay, what can be mixed? Like, can everything be mixed? Because I've been and put like 4 different herbs that's for cramping. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to, of course, you got to try it out and all of that stuff and test it out on you. But I think that's great. This transformation card wants to keep coming up. Wants to keep coming up. She said, what I'm using for her scalp now, her neck is working. Today is day 6. Wow. So you already own it. You own it. You're on it. I love it. And let me move this incense, because this is about to take me out. But yeah, I think you already know what to do. I ain't even really pulled no cards. But let's see, Spirit, is there anything else that you want her to focus on within her journey of holistic healing, of healing others? Is there anything else that you want her to focus on, Spirit? Look. collect. It's the prosperity for me. So this is a woman in a dress. Yep. I was telling her it's a lot of money in that. Like, I personally know somebody who was like selling the capsules and stuff like that, which he was very knowledgeable about what he was doing, but he was charging like 1,000 for the capsules. So once you build your clientele, you can charge whatever you want. To like point blank period, if you want to charge $800 for something, you can, because it works and it's all natural. Of course, I'm not gonna sit up and say charge somebody $800 for something, but if you get like more high end clientele, you can charge, or you can make certain products that are gonna be like more high end. Of course, like there's different price ranges for different things. But definitely get your money. And I know like you're not about that. You're not just about the money, and that's why I was telling you, like, you are the person that deserves to be making money from something like this, because the attention to detail and how you care for people, like that'll get you far. So I think if you can spend your days doing something that's helping people, and you're actually using your gifts to help people, I think that'll make you feel very, very fulfilled. You know? Very fulfilled. Anything else, Spirit? Advice for her on her journey? Whoa. The boundaries card came out for you too. So I am seeing you in the woods. You got to meditate in the woods, okay? So I'm not saying go to some random patch of land. Don't do that. Find you like a nice park that you can go to. If you can include the fire element, that would be even better. So if you can take you some fire out there, burn something, write you a petition while you're out there and burn it, I think that would be really good. But I'm paying attention to the nature in the background. So Spirit is saying it's this app. I cannot remember the name of it, but what you can do is like take pictures of like plants and stuff that's around your house, or like just that's in nature around you. You can see what herbs that is out there, because like a lot of the herbs that we use, like mullein and stuff like that, is like in our backyard. We just don't know because it's in the plant form. So Spirit is saying to get that app, spend some time in nature. Like I'm actually seeing you in a forest picking your herbs. So it's not just going to be you buying herbs offline. You're going to have to get in tune with the herbs that's already around you. Excuse me. Get familiar with the herbs that's around you, because that is what a herbal doctor does. That's what a root doctor does. You have to tap into like what's around you, and not necessarily like, because you know back in the day, like the ancestors, of course, like as we got more established, we could send and get certain things and have it mailed to us. But back then they had to use what was in the kitchen. They had to use what was outside. They knew which plants were poisonous. They knew which plants weren't poisonous. That's like an indigenous kind of energy. So if I was you, I'd be calling on those indigenous ancestors, the Native American ancestors that step forward for you, because those are the ones that's going to know about plants and things like that. So if you can find you some plants outside, some herbs outside, you can like put them in jars and stuff like that. Label the jars. Like when you go outside, you need to have like a bag. You gotta have mason jars, bags, little baggies, permanent marker. Like you need to be ready. Like no games, no fucking games. She said. I definitely need to do that. Meditation in nature. I love that. Yeah, and it's like, it's meditation, but you're really out there working. It's not you really, like you are in a meditative state. Like you are meditating, but you're out there working. Like you're gathering. Let me find that card, because this is a card in the Hoodoo Tarot. I think it's Gullah Jack, now that I think about it. Gullah Jack. It reminds me, but this card is like in my head right now. But this is exactly how I'm visualizing you right now. And it's funny because Gullah Jack, I think that's the Gullah Jack card. Dr. Grant, that's who it is. Dr. Grant. So this is him. I'm actually going to read to you this card. See what we can, because Spirit literally showed me that card in my head. So let's see. Jars ordered on Amazon. I know that's right. So you don't be wasting no time. Okay, let's see. Dr. Grant. Okay. So the scripture is, but he, Jesus, would withdraw to desolate places and pray. This is Luke 5:16. The image is Dr. Grant shown in solitude picking herbs and roots in the swamps of Louisiana. Dr. Grant was a Protestant conjurer doctor from New Orleans. Unfortunately, the details of his life are unknown. By the time Zora Neale Hurston interviewed Dr. Grant and others in the 30s, many conjure doctors were using herbs and other supplies from catalogs. Dr. Grant, however, was a proud swamper who preferred to do things the old fashioned way by gathering what he needed in the wild. Listen, is that not what I was just freaking sitting here telling you? She said, my niece's name is Dr. Shut up! Is this the niece that's the herbalist? Is this the niece that's the nurse practitioner? Dude, this is crazy. If you say yes, this is divine. This is really divine. But wow, like the nurse. Shut up! You cannot make this up. Dude, this is awesome. This message is for you, like for you. Like this is not one of them. Like and then I still didn't read these cards. I gotta read those cards. But let me finish reading to you about Dr. Grant. Cause this ain't even I'm sitting here talking to you about picking your herbs and shit like that. Cause Spirit was literally telling me, like, you gotta do things the old fashioned way. And this is exactly what this card is talking about. Because I was just talking about, like, remember when I was saying how they could send and get stuff sent in the mail? It was what was called catalogs. So they could, like, order things from catalogs and have it sent to them. but it said Dr. Grant, however, was a proud swamper who preferred to do things the old-fashioned way by gathering what he needed from the wild. Dr. Grant reminded Hurston of a few critical but often forgotten lessons. 1. Believe in one's limitless power. 2. Petition spirits unequal to man. 3. Know more than one way to get a job done. Know more than one way to get a job done. 4. Acknowledge that no two people or no two jobs are alike because a remedy that works for one person may not work for another. Dr. Grant was highly sought out for his abilities and in some cases was paid more than $100 an exorbitant amount of money for the time. Wow. So he was making motherfucking money. So you mean to tell me this message is exactly in alignment with what I was just freaking telling you? I was just telling you how I know somebody that is like people, he has several clients. We talking about capsules, like a small little pill for $1,000. This is what Spirit is trying to show you. Like this could be you, like for real. So the meaning of this card is when Dr. Grant appears in the reading, it may indicate the necessity for some alone time to recharge. Specifically, it may recommend solitude in nature to reflect and listen. This is more important now than ever as we are constantly accessible to others via technology. While this may be convenient, it's also a tremendous burden as we have little time to clear our heads and just be without earbuds blasting music in our ears, a zillion advertisements or logos flashing before our eyes, or social media alerts pinging for us to engage with the world again. They won't stop, so you must make a conscious decision once in a while to make it stop. Let's be clear, this card is not about sitting in the park for a few minutes looking at pretty trees, flowers, or squirrels before you get back online. No, it's about considering the essence of that tree, those flowers, and the squirrel, and how you're connected to them. It's about perceiving the interrelationships of all things to the other and the extraction of power from the fundamental reality. For it is from the comprehension of source that knowledge may be accessed and distilled. Remember, if you take something from Mother Nature, don't forget to give something back to her and her creatures in return. Make sure it's biodegradable. This card may also indicate that you're seeking knowledge and you're ready to take things to the next level. It's time to seek guidance from a worthy teacher. If you receive Dr. Grant in a reading, consider the following. Do you understand the importance of alone time? Maybe it would be better to stay home tonight. Silence is golden. Focus on finding out the truth. Be in the world, not of it. Pay more attention to your guru or spiritual counselor. Did you really consider the advice you received about that issue? It's okay to take a break from him, them, from him, her, them, or that to reevaluate things. Meditate more. Follow your inner voice. Excuse me. That was a message. This is amazing. Have resilience. This is absolutely divine. Like this whole message. And the plant here is duckweed. And again, the scripture is Luke chapter 5, verse 16. This is the hermit card. So I'm going to read this part again. These lessons, because I feel like these lessons are critical. Like you can use them. Like I feel like this whole thing, like you can use. But it says, and I was just talking about doing that petition outside, like maybe like writing a quick petition outdoors, and it literally says petition spirits unequal to man. Like, what? So lesson 1, believe in one's limitless power. So you got to believe in what you're doing. You got to understand, okay, I'm making people feel better, whereas they might have had to take a certain antibiotic, or maybe get their hair shaved, or do something drastic. Like you're helping them just with your herbal remedies. Yes, it took more time to make, but also at the same time, like you got to see that you're playing a part in this whole thing. Like if you don't honor yourself, how can anything positive come from it? Like you have to honor what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You have to honor yourself. Okay? So believe in your limitless power. Petition spirits unequal to man. No more than one way to get a job done. That's big. No more than one way. Let me see. I think that's very, very big. Like, make sure you write that one down. Acknowledge that no two people or jobs are alike, because a remedy that works for one person may not work for another person. And I think that's good, because I wouldn't know that to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's important. In which I was kind of touching on that already when I was saying, like, my gift isn't the next person's gift. Like, everybody has a different gift and everybody has a different skill. So you have to do what works for you. And think about it like this, like this will make you stand out more by developing this gift. It's something you're already doing, but it's like you're going to be developing even more, especially when you're calling on your ancestors, especially when you're in nature. Listen, there's going to be some real powerful stuff happening when you get out in nature, for sure. But it says Dr. Grant was highly sought out for his abilities, and in some cases was paid more than $100. That was so much money back then. That's not nothing small. Back then, $100, that was a lot. This is amazing. But you see how he got this little bag and he's just exploring. He got his hat on. So you're gonna have to get you some, like, I'm seeing you with like I don't know what these socks are called. But like you gotta get some type of uniform, like you know how like beekeepers, they have like a uniform that protects them from like insects and stuff like that. You got to get you something like that, because you're gonna be like I'm seeing like the woods, like it could be ticks and stuff out there, so you want to make sure like you're protecting yourself like that. And since the herbs are coming from nature, look up that app too. Don't forget to look up that app, because you're gonna have to use that app so you can figure out which plants are what. Because I think Dr. Grant, he would just naturally know, or was taught this way of life. Which it did mention the swamps. He's from Louisiana, so he would be around a lot of swamps. I know them bugs was eating him up. I just know it. She said I wrote all of them down. Awesome. 444. We've been on here for 44 minutes and, well, it's not 40 no more, but 44 minutes and 40 something seconds. So That was definitely a synchronicity as well. So, do you have any questions? Let me go over these cards. Empowerment. Look at this moon. Yeah, definitely. And what I was gonna say too, like the long socks. Get you some long socks. First, see what's in your backyard, because we all have plants and stuff like around our house that we don't know what it is. So definitely check and see what is around your house. Empowerment, strength. You notice she got a lot of plants. This is the strength card. You got a little cat here. You actually got butterflies. But you got to get in tune with Mother Nature. So like animals and stuff like that are going to be drawn to you because of your energy. The song said, I sense something divine with you. And then clarity. So you're going to be able to really hear a lot out there in those woods. This is good. But I'm seeing like mental fogginess and confusion and all of that stuff. Like if you thought, I just feel like, you know how like you can go into something and be like, oh my God, this is going to be so hard, or this is going to be challenging. It's not going to be hard or challenging for you, because once you get in that meditative state and once you get out in nature, the ancestors are going to be communicating with you as you do this. I'm not gonna fight with you. Asha said, so I'm not the only Snow White in the group. No, we got EIEIO over here, because both of y'all. And it's so funny because Annova does not like cats. Well, she like cats, but I'm sure she's probably a little scared of them. This woman got cats all on her lap. And it's the orange cats too. So I would be cracking up if the orange cats start coming around, because this would definitely be like a spirit animal for you. I'm also seeing butterfly. But yeah, I feel like you're going to be walking into a more, what's the word they're trying to tell me? What's the word? It's like a word they're trying to use. Walking into a more, basically, in so many words, like this next phase of your life is going to be like, you're going to have a lot more clarity. You're going to have a lot more of an understanding of like, wow, this is why I was put on earth. This is why, like, this is what I was supposed to be doing. This is what I was, like a sense of just finding yourself. And so the being in nature or the exploring and all of that is going to help you be closer to your mission. It's going to help you be closer to your ancestors. Excuse me. So this is good. Yeah, I'm excited for you too. Like, this is really like amazing. And then you got these circles. Circle, circle, circle. Literally says empowerment. I think it's so divine when you can find your calling. And that's not something you take lightly. Like, it's something that when you can find something that's for you, it's something that can't nobody take from you. Can't nobody try to be you. Can't nobody like try to infiltrate what you got going on, because the level of skill that it takes, most people, for one, we ain't even talking skill. You can't duplicate certain stuff. Like, you either gotta be for you or not. That's like certain people trying to emulate me. You can't do it. You have to have a certain level, a certain connection, a certain love for what you're doing. Like, I've had people try to bite off what I be doing and what I be saying, but it don't even be sounding right. Like, I be like, I know you didn't. You didn't even say it right. So I think that's what's so amazing about this path and this journey. It's like, when you find your calling, it's literally for you. Like, people can try to do what you do, but that'll never knock you off of what you're doing, because it's just a different experience, you know. So like somebody could possibly try to do something I do, but they might not be knowledgeable about, you know, the history of what they're talking about. Me, I'm a history person, so you can't go toe to toe with somebody like me if you ain't even like you're not even on that level or on that path. So I think that's what makes this path so unique, you know? Excuse me. She said, oh, they were talking. This reading completely confirmed everything we've already talked about. It really did. It really did. So do you have any more questions? Oh, she said no. She said no, all the questions were answered before we even started. Okay, let me see. So Spirit, you guys like this for her? What is going to be the outcome of her starting her new journey as a herbal doctor? What's going to be the outcome? Well, your ancestors want you to be closer to them. Yeah. Yeah, your ancestors want you to be closer, and that's why it's like they're setting you apart. So it's like think about the nature of what they have you doing. It's going to take a lot of concentration, a lot of quiet time, solitude. Like you're going to have to be, I don't want to say alone because you're not alone, but it's like they're separating you to elevate you, to empower you, to really build you up. So it's like what you're going to be doing, not just for, like I'm seeing you do this for people like around you, like around town. This could be for family members or people that you know, but I'm seeing like you can make as much money as you want to make, even though it's not about that, but you can make as much as you want to make because you can literally find people. You probably already know the people that you're going to be helping. So that's what makes this even more unique. Like you don't necessarily have to focus too much on trying to find people. You just got to focus on your gift. You know what I'm saying? And develop your gift. And I feel like this is a breakthrough for sure because it's like I try to help everybody that comes on this path or finds this path to help them like find something to like specialize in or something that they can kind of engulf themselves in. So I think this is good. This is like a breakthrough for you. Spirit, what's going to be the outcome of this new journey for her? What's going to be the outcome? Start the music back. Inspiration. There's this fire again. You feel so electric. Wow. What's going to be the outcome? Whoa. When I tell you, look, life's purpose. When I say the whole deck is like right here, this one came out too. Confidence, love, life purpose, inspiration. Look at the wings. This is amazing. Here go these moons again. You can see this tree is reflecting off the water. The tree, of course, also represents family tree. This is amazing. This travel card also came out. I'm seeing some water, the water element. So I'm seeing you and your family like take more trips together on you. Like this is not a bad thing, but I'm seeing like you being able to like take your family like nice trips and things like that, like something that you want to do. I'm seeing a moon here, this crescent moon. I'm also seeing you like get closer to yourself, your crystals too, because this is a rose quartz. Here's the stone on the third eye. So you probably need to get you a one of those charm pieces that Asha makes with the rose quartz. Confidence. I just see you being more confident in what you're doing and like in your path, and I think this will help you be more confident about like the path that you've discovered. It won't be more so of like feeling like you coming out. It's more so of people coming in with what you got going on. You know, it's not gonna be like trying to find the right time to like express what you've discovered. It's gonna be more so people watching the journey. You know, like people around you being in amazement. You know, like even with these wings, like this is definitely like elevation. Lots of greenery around, but also a lot of water, which you are a water sign. Wow. She said, travel car, we just completed our applications for our passports. Listen, y'all about to be outside, okay? I'm seeing it. Travel, life's purpose. So it's like wherever you go, you got to be on your explorer stuff. Like, you got to be gathering, because different parts of the world is going to have different herbs, right? Like different parts of the world is going to have different plants, different herbs. So if you see like a plant or something or like a tree or something that stands out, you can gather things and take it back home with you, and like you can research. You don't have to like research every single thing right then and there. You can just gather, take it back with you, and then once you get back home you can start to like, you know how I was telling you to like do like the herbal binder. You can start like storing all your herbs in like a herbal binder. You might want to dry them out first. I don't know how it works, but just like plants right off of like the tree or whatever. But yeah, this is good because you can like research the things that you're finding. So I think that all of this is going to be fun for you. Like definitely, this is going to be fun for you. Which I feel like anything we do, it should be fun. It should be enjoyable. Like we should be excited and happy and just have like a lust for life. You know. This was good. So I asked Spirit, what's the outcome of you doing this? And this is the outcome. Like nothing but positive energy. Movement. Lots of water. So this could be emotional for you, but it could also be like a reflection. I feel like you have family members that's done similar things for sure. Because when I get this card, I always know that with the tree, the family tree reflecting off of the water. So I definitely think this is going to be like very, very life changing. This is good. This is good. This is good. Well, if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Any more questions? Yes. How on time is that? Like I thought that was so crazy. Like you sent her a herbal like a journal for different herbs, and like how would you know that? How would you know to do that? You know what I'm saying? It's just divine. Like this was such a good reading. Excuse me. Uh-oh. My thing froze a little bit when the phone died. Thank you to the ancestors who stepped forward for her. You guys may go back to the spirit realm. Goodbye. She said, if y'all could see the smile on my face. I'm excited. This is amazing. Like, this, the spirit just confirmed everything I knew. Like, either you got it or you don't. And you got it, okay? Like, you one of them ones. It feels so good when you can find, like, what you're meant to do. Like, it makes everything, like, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense why you've been in the career you've been in. It makes sense why you found this path. It makes sense. Like, everything makes sense, you know? It's not like a question mark anymore, you know? Yes, we ready. That's what I told her. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for some teas. Because, like, since I had COVID, like, I did the peppermint tea that one night. But, like, my energy was so low. So it was hard for me to, like, make the tea every day. But, like, I knew when I woke up and my throat was hurting so bad. Then I did the peppermint tea. And, like, my throat pains went away. Like, just went away. From peppermint tea? Like, are you dead ass right now? Like, peppermint tea. So, that said a lot. Like, one ingredient, peppermint. Like, for real. So I would love, like if you had something that could, like, help for, like, after COVID. So, like, maybe something to help with nausea, or something that helps, like, with energy. You know, like, we could all use stuff like that. Y'all do me a favor and like this video for me. All right, ladies, I thank you guys for booking. I'm going to be back on here on Monday. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Asha said peppermint and ginger is good for nausea, I think. Well, I need to give me some ginger tea. For sure. All right, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. This is Juju the Master Manifester, and I am out.